we're going to look at database per service pattern, and this is based off of Skillsoft learning. So first thing that we want to do is we want to make our Spring project. And for this, we are going to need some dependencies. First thing that we'll do is change the name to be Spring DB for database, and the next thing we need to do is add everything we want to do in. So the first thing that we're going to add is, for our dependencies, is our H2. H2 is like an internal database that we're using. We're also going to want to add our DevTools. We are also going to want to add our JDBC. Not exactly sure the difference between the two, so we'll just do this one, this JDBC, and this JDBC as well. And then we're also going to need the web dependency, where we use our Spring Web. So once all of this is done, I don't think I've shown it yet before, but you would go into generate like this. It would generate a project. You can open the zip file, you can extract it, and then you can choose its save location. I'll do my Eclipse workspace, we'll select it and extract it from here. From there we can go into our Eclipse. We're going to go into import, existing Maven project, browse, and now is where we want to choose what we have. And I believe I called it SpringDB, so we should be about right here. We can select the folder, we can make sure to select it and then click finish. And then it should pop up right here, SpringDB. Now from here, what we're going to want to do is to start this database. We can go into our resources and go into our application properties. We need to do a Spring, and then it'll compute results. But we're going to want a Spring.h2.console, and then we have all of these different things that we could have. But we want console.enabled, and we want to set this to true. That we enable our console. Now we're not going to specify a server port, so it's just going to run on 8080. We can go into our SRC main resources, go into our SpringDB application. We won't change anything here, and then we're just going to launch this. So we can run it, but first I'm going to show that before, if we do nothing, we have our local host 8080, press enter, and then from here it's not going to load anything because nothing's running. If we run this as a Spring Boot application, we can go to our console and it'll run like this. Now we're going to get a white label error page, but that's because we need to specify what we're accessing. And what we're trying to access is the /h2, and then we're going to do -console. And after we press enter, we're going to get this. So we can change our language if we want. We have our preferences here. We have a password that we would need to log in for. We have tools, password, authenticated. We have help, so the different things we can do. We have our settings types. We have our driver class. We have our JDBC URL, which we could specify, I believe. We also again have username and password, and we can always test our connection. It says the list of customers was not found. So this JDBC URL, we would have to specify it inside of our files, but we're not doing that here. We're just getting it to run. So that's why it's not working. If we had a JDBC URL specified in our code, that would work. And we've done that previously in the playlist link below the like button, but this is just a refresher on how to set it up.